These questions relate to teacher support and teacher training. How does having special education children in the classroom change resources and the teacher's time management in the classroom? How are we sharing best practices across our classrooms? And how are we ensuring that teachers are receiving the latest training and have access to the latest technology? And have we considered or have we hired teachers who have skills similar to the teachers at the Charles Armstrong School, specifically Slingerland and other similar skills? Too many? All right. How does having special education children in the classroom change resources and teachers' time management in the classroom?
I'm first, I think. Okay. Well, I think that one of the positive consequences of having kids receiving special education services in classroom with kids who are not receiving special education services is that teachers begin to think and begin to receive support for the idea that there are all kinds of different children in our classrooms already. The idea that right now we have sort of unitary classrooms with kids of similar ability levels, and now we're adding a differentiating component of kids who have different needs, you know, that really isn't the case. I mean, we already have classrooms that have kids with different needs, that that learn differently, that have different ability levels, that are excited by different things. So supporting teachers in meeting the specific needs of kids with special needs and differentiating instruction and really inculcating growth mentality, the techniques that we are that work in that setting will also increase learning across the classroom, and I think that's one of the great benefits. So I think that we should be thinking about supporting teacher professional development and teacher training, not just narrowly around the question of how to integrate specific issues into the classroom, but how do we enable teachers to kind of work smarter and in a more differentiated way across all of the children in the classroom.
I think I said this earlier, but it's only in the last 10 years that that regular ed licensing has even begun to include any special ed training. So think about that. We have to get into the classroom and train teachers, because if they learn to be a teacher before there was any special ed training as part of their licensing, they really are running blind. We may have some teachers that are naturally just good at differentiation, but that's like saying we naturally have some charismatic teachers. We need to come in and provide resources for those teachers. It helps to have aides in the classroom. It helps to have technology in the classroom that provides differentiation. It also helps to sit down with your peers that have had training and hear what works. And if we don't do that, we're just going to keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again. So for me, the number one thing is we need to come in and provide special education training to our teachers. It's great to do RTI training. It's great to go in and share the things that are already working, but without actual training on the techniques that work with kids with different disabilities, we're not going to be successful in the classroom.
I think one component that we can add that would not cost the district any extra money would be to really have a team meeting between the teacher and the learning specialist and the parent about what are the parent ideas of how we can meet the child's needs in the classrooms. The parent knows all about the child, how they learn, and what works or doesn't work with them at home. I think they could be a real asset to figuring out how to help the teacher understand the child better. I write a letter to Jordy's teacher every September. I say, hi, I'm Jordy. These are my challenges. This is the best way to deal with me. If this happens, do this. I write the letter from me and my child's point of view. And now that my son's 11, I have him read it to make sure it's okay. He agrees. Yes, I need that help. Thank you. And all of that. So he's very involved as well. And the teachers have been very thankful every year. Thank you for letting us know ideas and how we can better serve your child. I really think this idea of collaborative service delivery teams is important. We need to consider the learning specialists as extra teachers in the classroom. These specialists can help not only one child who needs the services, but a group of children to free the teacher up to work with other students in smaller groups or one-on-one instruction. We want to make sure that there's a team approach.
Yes, the team approach is important and is necessary. Truly, if we don't train regular ed teachers into the issues of kids who have special needs, everyone's frustrated, and it's really a district responsibility to do that. If we're moving into additional more inclusion, it has to be a broader approach. However, having special ed teachers in and the team in with the regular ed, you do learn from each other. I mean, does that require more money as well? And I appreciate that, things that don't require more money. If you have special ed teachers in with regular ed teachers, you do learn techniques from each other that help both of you. And if you have a mindset as a teacher that is welcoming to this idea, part of your success is in your mindset. And that's why we've had a lot of conversations with principals and with their teams at the schools, saying this is something that we're working on together, and getting feedback from general ed teachers and regular ed teachers is probably one of the success and one of the most important parts of success of the programs, because people hear your frustrations, identify them, and say, this is how we can help you. There's better buy-in across the whole classroom. So these are some of the strategies we're already looking at or doing.